Hello viewers. Have you ever imagined being betrayed and pushed to the brink of life and death? Today's story will take you on a thrilling journey with Henry and Kai, two men cast into danger but who find light through kindness and courage. Henry, a passionate undercover officer, is betrayed and targeted while investigating a dangerous criminal gang. Thrown into a cold river, he seems doomed to perish. Fortunately, an elderly couple living by the river rescues him along with Kai, a mysterious figure also hunted and discarded into the water. In the couple's humble home, Henry and Kai recover and connect, realizing they are both victims of the same criminal conspiracy. From that moment, they resolve to work together, overcoming dangers to expose the truth and bring justice to the villains. This story is not only about the fight for justice but also a testament to the power of humanity, faith, and companionship. If you enjoy this story, don't forget to hit subscribe so you won't miss our upcoming exciting content. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Night had fallen like a dark curtain covering the city, the empty streets filled only with the sound of the wind and faint streetlights flickering here and there. Henry, a seasoned undercover officer, quietly observed the dangerous criminal gang he had been tracking for months. He knew that a single mistake could cost him his life, but his sense of duty and belief in justice kept him unwavering. This gang was involved not only in drug trafficking but also in more complex crimes like money laundering, contract killings, and even some hidden political conspiracies. Henry had witnessed countless seemingly unsolvable cases, but he never gave up, always ready to face danger to protect peace in society. Tonight, Henry received information that the gang would hold an important meeting at an abandoned warehouse by the riverside. This was his golden opportunity to gather evidence and break their conspiracy. His heart beat fast, his breath quickened, but his eyes remained cold and sharp like a blade. He silently slipped through dark alleys, avoiding streetlights and the gang's watchful eyes. The warehouse stood isolated, its rusty iron door silent like a witness to countless dark secrets. Henry quietly approached and hid in the shadows. Inside, whispered voices, mocking laughter, and strange noises echoed in bursts. He pulled out his small recorder and silently recorded every conversation, every plot exchanged. However, luck was not on Henry's side. A sharp eye spotted his presence. A few gang members immediately shouted, raising an alarm that echoed through the warehouse. Henry quickly drew his gun and rushed into the midst of the ambush. The deadly fight began. The criminals were ferocious, ready to use every trick to eliminate him. They were tattooed all over, their eyes cold like demons, attacking Henry with relentless force. Using his top-notch skills as an undercover officer, Henry dodged blows and gunfire, but the enemies outnumbered him, and they had set traps ready to spring. Cornered with no escape, Henry tried to break free but was shoved down the steps by a large thug. He struggled in pain as his hands and feet were tightly bound. They stripped him of all documents, his phone, and everything related to his work. Henry Henry understood this was no ordinary arrest but a well-planned scheme to destroy him and protect the gang from prosecution. They tortured not only his body but also his spirit with threats, trying to force him to reveal crucial information. Yet deep inside Henry, a flame of determination still burned, refusing to succumb to any pressure. Finally, in a haze of pain and exhaustion, Henry was thrown into the cold, murky river. The icy water seeped into his skin, making him shiver. He tried to struggle, but the ropes were too tight, and he couldn't break free. Seconds passed, and he gradually lost consciousness, sinking into the deep darkness. Everything grew faint, the light dimmed, leaving only loneliness and despair. But deep in his mind, Henry held on to a tiny spark of hope that he would not be abandoned, that someone would find and save him. Above all, he believed that justice would ultimately prevail, no matter how rough and perilous the road ahead might be. The dark river flowed silently like a silent witness to countless sorrowful tales and unnamed tragedies. Under the faint moonlight, the cold water carried away the unfortunate, washing away their dreams and hopes. Yet, in that quiet night, a small light flickered, the kindness and humanity of an elderly couple living by the riverbank. The couple had lived there for decades, simple and peaceful, welcoming each day with open hearts and love. Every morning, they rowed their small boat out onto the river to catch fish, earning just enough to live. It was a humble life, free from the rush of the world, yet full of stories and memories. That night, as they rowed the boat back to shore, the wife suddenly noticed a strange object floating on the water. Startled, she called her husband over. Looking closely, they saw a man unconscious, drenched, pale, and shivering. Without hesitation, the husband quickly rowed closer, and together they pulled the man aboard. That man was Henry, the undercover officer, in a deep coma, unaware of anything around him. The couple immediately removed his wet clothes, dried him, and wrapped him in blankets. The wife prepared warm water, gently giving Henry small sips while the husband tended to his wounds. Though old, their hands were steady and warm in a comforting way. Henry lay still, breathing weakly, not yet fully conscious. His life seemed fragile, hanging by a thread. But the couple never gave up, treating Henry as family and caring for him tenderly. The flickering oil lamp in their humble home cast a warm glow, pushing back the cold night outside. At the same time, in a similarly tragic situation, Tukai, a young man also pursued and attacked, was rescued by the same elderly couple. Tukai was a crucial witness in the case Henry was investigating, though he did not know it yet. When Tukai was pulled from the water, the couple carefully cared for him as well, feeding and resting him in their modest home. Day by day, Henry and Tukai recovered. When Henry finally opened his eyes, seeing the elderly couple's kind and caring faces, a deep gratitude welled up inside him. He had never imagined he would be saved by such simple, gentle people amid a world full of crime and indifference. Tukai felt the same. Looking at the couple, he sensed the rare warmth and peace in his turbulent life. The two men gradually began to talk and share their stories. They realized how much they had in common. Both had been thrust into danger, betrayed, and abandoned. That shared experience connected them deeply. The elderly couple not only saved their lives but also provided a safe haven, a place for Henry and Tu Kai to regain strength and prepare for the challenges ahead. Their relationship grew close, like a small family, with trust and gratitude woven into every look and gesture. Under the humble roof, by the flickering firelight, Henry and Tu Kai began a new chapter. Once strangers, they had become teammates, united against the dark forces waiting ahead. The story of the couple's kindness did more than save their lives, it planted the seeds for a new journey, one full of meaning and hope. Days passed in the small riverside house, and Henry and Tu Kai gradually regained their health and spirits. No longer feeling anxious or lonely as before, they sensed the warmth from the elderly couple, who not only saved their lives but also provided them a safe and peaceful refuge. Stories were shared, smiles began to bloom, weaving an invisible bond between two men who once seemed strangers but shared a common fate. One afternoon, as the gentle sunlight filtered through the small window, Henry and Tu Kai sat facing each other, sharing painful memories and things they had never told anyone. Henry spoke about his undercover work, the constant dangers lurking every day, and the case he was investigating but had yet to complete. Tu Kai confided about being pursued multiple times, the loneliness from betrayal, and the despair of not knowing where to find safety. In that moment, they realized they were not only victims but also allies. The painful coincidences in their lives brought them closer together, creating an unbreakable friendship. Henry and Tu Kai began discussing plans, building strategies to continue their investigation and expose the criminal gang's conspiracy. The elderly couple silently watched over them, occasionally offering advice, encouragement, and heartfelt words. Though they did not fully understand the situation, they always believed in righteousness and human strength. Their presence became a solid emotional anchor, helping Henry and Tu Kai gain more faith in the future. Time also became a precious companion, helping both gradually regain their strength and skills. Henry practiced self-defense under the gentle guidance of the old man, while Tu Kai focused on gathering more information and preparing necessary tools. They understood that only by becoming strong and well-prepared could they face the dangerous enemies lurking. One day, as the sky turned golden with sunset, Henry and Tu Kai sat on the riverbank, watching the slow-flowing water with a determined spirit. They knew the road ahead would be difficult, full of dangers and challenges. But they had each other, the elderly couple's support, and an unextinguishable belief that justice would prevail. Gradually, they began discussing more detailed approaches to confront the criminal gang. Every evening, under the faint oil lamp light, the two sat together, mapping out plans and dividing tasks. They knew that to win, they needed not only strength but also wisdom, perseverance, and courage. Their growing bond gave them confidence that no matter how many challenges lay ahead, they would overcome them. From strangers, Henry and Tu-Kai had become teammates, friends, and warriors on the same front line. They promised each other that no matter what difficulties they faced, they would never give up. Life might be cruel, but the human heart could warm every wound and create miracles. Under that humble little roof, their story was only just beginning. A long, arduous journey awaited them, but one filled with hope and meaning. Henry and Tu-Kai, two people bearing the scars of the past, had now found new light, strength from humanity, and a steadfast companionship. The story of Henry and Tu-Kai is a profound testament to the power of courage and humanity in the most difficult circumstances. I am deeply impressed by the resilience of the two main characters. Despite being betrayed and pushed to life-threatening situations, they never gave up their belief in justice and life. The appearance of the kind elderly couple serves as a beacon of light amid the darkness, offering not only physical rescue but also faith and spiritual strength to continue the fight. The story goes beyond tense confrontations with enemies. It deeply portrays friendship, companionship, and gratitude, values that form the true strength of humanity. I especially appreciate how Henry and Tu-Kai, once strangers, become close teammates, overcoming every challenge together. Through this story, I realize that in life, no matter how difficult the situation is, with support and faith, people can overcome any obstacle to reach the light. This is truly a meaningful and inspiring story.